find your zone every day.
And we're live.
Such an amazing intro.
Yeah, we're going to add more. That's going to be V1, man. V2's coming. V2's coming. Yeah, man. What's going on, Interac?
Not much. Just another eventful day in the NFT space. So I had bought some of those Wall Street Bulls NFTs. They just got revealed about 10 minutes ago, and then we had some NBA Top Shot packs drop, and then obviously we got the Cats later tonight, I think 9 p.m. Eastern or so.
Dude,
another busy day.
Yeah, man. It's the only NFT I bought in the recent time was probably a block of tungsten. Other than that, yeah, these cats, man. I've been the minute I knew these cats were coming, I was like, yeah, I'm getting these. So it looks like they're limiting your each wallet to about like 5, I think, 5 to 10, somewhere in that range. Yeah,
that's the best way to do it, honestly. Like, makes it. I mean, you can always have multiple wallets, but it makes it so someone just can't come in and mint like 20% of the supply immediately, and
right.
Then you're screwed. Then you're playing catch up the rest of the time the project's out. Someone's just constantly dumping on the market. So 5 per wallet's not terrible.
Yeah. No, Erie, the V3 news you sell, you buy the V2 news, bro. Come on. You've been in crypto long enough, Erie. You know the cycle. Come on. No, but it's pretty interesting. So they're going to start pretty much at 100 Fantom to 150 Fantom, somewhere in that range. So it's about 250. No, what am I talking about? $300. Yeah. It's going to be roughly $300 USD price to $400 USD. When I think about it in Fantom, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when I think about it in dollars, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm paying like fucking almost $500 for some fucking cat pics.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to try and like, even some of my my like non-NFT in real life friends, when I tell them like, oh, there's this NFT drop coming up, I think you should buy it. And I show it to them and it's like, oh, it's only, 0.08 Ethereum. They're like, well, that's still what, $200, $300 or so, even more than that now. But they like don't understand it. They don't understand why they would spend close to or upwards of like $500 on a random cartoon pic of a dog or something like that. But
that's why they're forever poor, man. I mean,
no, I know you're right.
Yeah,
right. The same people who refused to buy Ethereum at like $180 in 2020. So
right, yeah. I mean, I should have known about the Shiba pump because it was kind of crazy. I keep saying this, but like I went to Miami, then I went to Puerto Rico and stuff, and like every shop you went into, you know the women who are working behind the counters and stuff and everything like that. Every single one of them was talking about what's called Shiba.
Really?
Yeah. That was so weird. It was such a weird, like, what's it? Why does everyone have Shiba? I should have known right there.
You know, I called the two biggest like dog coin pumps, or the two biggest meme pumps, well, the most popular ones. But I called Doge in November of 2020. Told all my buddies to buy it when it was less than half a penny, and then I told all my buddies just on September 17th. They just sent the screenshot today. It was September 17th to buy SHIB. It was like a week after they got listed on Coinbase or so, or close, or soon after. I was like, I think it's going to pump. Well, then I sold all my Doge too early. I sold all my SHIB too early. And, you know, I'm just sitting, missing out on all these profits while everyone else I told to buy is getting rich off it. And here I am, you know, scrapping, trying to trade NFTs on Solana with the stuff the SHIB that I had. That's what I sold it for. A bunch of rug pulled NFTs on Solana. So here we are.
We're about to enter the first rug pull. I mean, I the first rug pull on Fantom, I guess now. But no, I think this might be. I don't know. I think that's kind of being. I don't know. I don't know what to relate these ones to. I wouldn't say crypto punks, but I'd probably say Bored Apes, something like that, possibly at some point.
What's that? The Cats?
Like the Cats, yeah. Because like this is the first This is the first big project on Fantom that I've seen. But the thing is, I don't know how to like measure its success. But this is basically if Uniswap came out with NFTs, and you know how Uniswap only drops like one thing at a time.
Yeah, they got the.
This might be like Unisocks, possibly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they have the Unisocks. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Unisocks. Try explaining that to someone who's never heard of crypto.
Right.
Unisocks. What are they? $200,000, something like that.
I don't even want to look at them. Yeah, it's probably so. Let me look at socks.
They're only $94,000.
Only
me.
Though. Yeah, they're up 12% today too. Isn't that even wonderful?
Jesus.
That one was crazy because I actually shout out to what's his fucking name? Oh my god, Voice My Ambition and stuff. He oh man, dude, he told me about it and stuff, and I was like, at the time I was like $500 for some socks, and then the next week 1,000, and then they went to like 2,000 and stuff, and it was just going parabolic and stuff. So there was like that was I don't know. I probably should have aped. Yeah. Don't miss the next bull run. Trade cryptocurrencies on Kraken, man.
I saw an ad on there for something the other day. I was like, my goodness, what? It was like some movie I've never heard of. I can't remember what it was, but there's been some weird ads on CoinGecko. I'm surprised they're getting some of the people sponsoring it that they are. Obviously,
yeah.
That makes sense, but there's been some weird ones.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens when I click Cardano. All right, Cardano.
It's going to be an advertisement for that BetterHelp website. You can call a therapist and talk to him over the phone while you're not making any money on Cardano.
Got you. So I wonder if there's going to be a retarded ad when I click Shiba Inu because of the lower elements. Gossip Girl. That's about right. That's about right.
Oh my god.
So many fucking strippers' money into Shiba, bro. You don't understand. All the booty club money is in Shiba right now.
Gossip Girl. Jesus.
Let's see what the God whales over here at fucking Dogecoin got. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Gossip Girls. That couldn't have been any more perfect.
I know, right?
Oh shit.
My goodness.
Yeah.
What else?
Solana has soul socks. Don't ask me how I know. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw that too. In the comments there.
Yeah.
Dang, so have you been looking at any other NFT stuff other than the cats, or are you were doing degen stuff with yield farming and you saw NFTs pop up? Is that how you?
Yeah. I'm seeing kind of the birth of stuff because Andre right now, the guy who created Yearn Finance, he's making his own OpenSea on what's called on Fantom. So,
okay.
Yeah. So he's about to like do some moves right now in a minute. So Fantom got added to what's called Binance and stuff, which is pretty cool. I think a lot of people were expecting Coinbase listing basically, but Binance is cool anyway and stuff. And I think that's still coming. But it's pretty interesting. I mean, like they're like really Fantom's become sort of like the hip place to be at right now and stuff. At least for the Ethereum people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really reminds me of what like Ethereum was way back in the day, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, and then I, like you said, on a Moon Gang recently, like anytime one of those chains pump like that or one of those coins start pumping, it seems like the coin for like the most popular decks always takes off too. So you
Yep.
guys were talking about Boo Coin and then Spirit and stuff like that, and I was
Yeah,
lucky enough to just randomly tune into Moon Gang the other night, hear you guys talking about it, and jumped in pretty quickly there.
I call it
It's done quite well.
I call it the trifecta. The trifecta.
Yeah.
Or like it's always like the top 3 coins. I mean, yeah, it's the top 3 coins. Then from there you got the trifecta of evil, which is like shit coins, which I can tell you about too. But I'll be careful saying it to these guys because they'll probably be But there's some low cap gems. There's actually here we go. I'm saying low cap gems. Yeah, there's some low cap gems on Fantom right now that I'm looking at. Except like the thing is, a lot of them are. They seem like Ponzi's, but then like my big brain, my wrinkle brain over here knows that everything is a Ponzi. So it's like you got Tomb and stuff. Tomb looks kind of crazy. Then you got the fucking CEO of the Fantom Foundation fucking going like jizzing his pants over Tomb finance and stuff because it's an algorithmic. It's their algorithmic stablecoin that's based on the price of Fantom. It's kind of fucking trippy. And it literally has a mechanism called T-shares, which is pretty insane to me. I mean,
yeah, that's your thing, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, huh.
Interesting.
But in terms of other NFTs, I mean, the recent NFT I bought a rare. It's pretty fucking expensive, but I bought a rare NFT for Illuvium and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's basically whatever the Charizard is or whatever the Charizard bird. So I was like, that looks kind of cool. And then there's only like a couple of them, so I'm like, all right, I'll buy one.
Mm-hmm.
So I just bought one of those. But mostly that's kind of my whole exposure to the NFT market. I'm probably, if I do get into NFTs, I'm going to be getting into over here into Fantom because I'm catching the whole wave right now, basically.
Yeah.
That's why I'm paying. That's why I skipped every. I had a lot of people ask me like, why didn't you teach a lot about Avalanche in the course, right? And I was like, no, we're going to front run all these guys. And so all the Avalanche money's leaving right now. It's all going to Fantom and Polkadot and Kusama right now. Like the money's not in Avalanche anymore. It's dripping out basically. Avalanche essentially kind of fucking fucked up their launch, and it didn't go over so smooth and stuff.
I'm looking at the chat here, but do you think we're gonna hit all-time highs on Ethereum tonight, or maybe if not tonight, into the weekend? We're hovering around like 4,300 right now, I think.
I mean, it was foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls. So
the what?
It was foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah. I mean, I can sort of see it. Yeah. Like, I mean, Ethereum has been so much weaker against Bitcoin for like such a while now. Like, it had some good strength. Maybe I would say February, March earlier this year, and then from there, Bitcoin ripped up and stuff with the Coinbase listing, and then it just kind of teetered and stuff. And then Bitcoin's really been gaining against it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's about time we have a pump and stuff. Anything, it does look like we're going to get the first part of the merge happening in about a month or so, or in a few weeks. So when that happens, it's not really anything. It just basically prepares the asshole of the fucking miners to lubes them up a little bit to know that the death is coming. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have the merge next year. And then when that happens, like basically the miners are done. There's no more miners at that point. It's all staking income after that. And then we truly be, because right now, even though we've only gone deflationary for a tiny bit of time when we're just maxed out, but when things are more calmer, we're still inflationary technically. So as soon as the merge actually happens, we are deflationary 100%. At that point, which is really, really cool. So then from there, that's kind of when I think the whole flipping is going to start happening with BTC and stuff and everything, and ETH, where like you might see ETH trying to challenge the crown for a hot second. Okay. Yeah, but the gas fees are going to be atrocious. Oh my god, man, it's be bad.
It's already terrible. I mean, I don't understand how. I mean, I don't know if you really even can, but if you have less than like a couple $1,000s, it's almost impossible to do any, like, especially NFT trading or anything really. Like, I can't justify to my friends who are just now getting into this stuff, like that they should be spending even a $50 transaction fee on like an NFT that costs $300 or $250 because you're paying that fee both ways to buy it and then to list it for sale.
Yeah.
And you're already cutting into your profit margin by like 35% or 40% in some cases. Like it's pretty difficult to navigate the Ethereum space with that stuff. But then you sacrifice the exit liquidity if you go to other chains because there's just not as much volume. So it's really tough. You're kind of caught in the middle. You're almost just kind of forced to pay up on the gas fees. But I imagine that'll change over the next 2 to 5 years. All this stuff will kind of start bleeding out into the other chains.
Yeah. I mean, right now, it's kind of annoying. I have to consistently send my brother's fucking Ethereum or some shit because they keep running out of fucking ETH for a transaction fee. It's kind of messed. Like it's like a little bit of ETH to me, but then I'm just like, damn, that's like $250 or like $500 or something. Like, damn, that's a lot of money. Because like if you like, I think they tried to swap earlier today, and it was like $210 for a swap.
I believe it. Yeah. It's been bad. It's been bad the last couple of weeks, especially. Have you ever looked at the website fees.wtf?
No. I like my sanity. I like my sanity.
Dude,
I'm not
do not.
I'm not gonna wreck myself like that, Anorak.
I looked about a couple months ago, and I think I was in the range of like $50,000 paid in just gas over the 2-year lifetime or 3-year lifetime of my MetaMask wallet. So hopefully tax deductible, right?
Yeah.
I think I don't know, but yeah, that's probably going to be the last time I look at that, unless it's a tax season. But yeah, nearly 50K in gas fees, and I'm on the lower end of a lot of NFT traders, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of 5 years from now that shit will be like rope status almost.
Right.
Yeah. Think about it. Like 5 years from now, we're gonna end up having a 45, maybe $115,000 Ethereum, something like that. If you think about it, so yeah. So you're gonna be close to about either somewhere between $500,000 in fees to about $1 million in spent Ethereum fees over time.
It's disgusting, and still somehow it's not as much money as I lost out on, or potentially could have got on Dogecoin if I just would have held it, and Shiba. My God.
Shiba and stuff. Yeah, it's everything too. Like you got into Hex at the right time. You killed it. You got into fucking. You got into anything at the right time. You nailed it. Like you bought Solana at $1 and it went to $200. Oh my God, 200x right there. If you had bought Kusama or you bet Kusama at sub-$1, you would, and it's not, that one's a big. Actually, Kusama's run fucking gangster. Like Dot in comparison, like that. That's why I'm saying Kusama fucks and Dot gets the leftovers. But it's crazy. Like Kusama's really been the one that's the coin in terms of the multiples and stuff. But it's crazy. Like right now we're in this year. You basically could call this year the year of the L1s, basically. Just at least the last 6 months of it. Like the amount of coins that have done multiples is insane. Basically anything that's the main ecosystem token has done gangbusters. Everything has. Like Fantom went from like fucking a third of a penny to now it's about $3. 1,000x. So it's done 1,000. Dude, everything's done at 1,000x and shit. It's fucking crazy. Like fucking Cardano, like Retardo Cardano and stuff. Like all time low was like 1.8 pennies. Right now it's sitting at $2. Like fucking Fantom, like not a Fantom, but fucking sluggish Mana. Mana was at what price? Like 2 cents, 3 cents.
Yeah, less than 5 cents for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then that went over $1. Dude, Sandbox. It's kind of a rocky segue into the thing I wanted to ask you about the Facebook stuff. I don't know if you saw the Facebook name change, but man, I noticed Decentraland and Sandbox, both Mana and Sand, boosted like 6% within the 30-40 minutes after Facebook announced that name change. I don't know what you think about the name Meta, if that's going to help them at all or not.
Wait, they're both changing the names?
No, just Facebook. They changed their name to Meta. Had you seen that yet?
No, I didn't. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the real, like the name is not Facebook anymore. It's Meta.
I swear. Yeah, I swear. Look it up. Zuckerberg released the whole thing. Yeah,
Wait,
because they're going to try and focus on the metaverse now. So now what I was
oh my fucking god.
Yeah, what I was
going on right now. Is this live?
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's a good move by them because now anyone that searches metaverse is going to find Facebook or Meta to begin with, and they've been working on their virtual world project called Horizon for half a decade now.
You know what? You know who they copied?
Who's that?
The fucking Winklevoss twins. They have Nifty. They have Nifty Gate.
Oh, Nifty Gateway.
Yeah, so dude, I swear, fucking Zuckerberg is such a fucking biting motherfucker, bro. Like he just like he just got the fucking the twins like this on constant fucking watch. For ideas.
Yeah, but they changed it to Meta, and now I think all their companies are going to be under this umbrella Meta. And I saw there's been a lot of people like trolling it and stuff. I put out a tweet actually, if you guys want to look at it, where Facebook owns Oculus, the VR headsets as well. So now like this whole move is just more about like getting even more data from you, because the amount of data they can get from just like visual of your eyeballs is pretty crazy. When you put the headset on, they can track like your country of origin, your age, whether or not you're tired, whether or not you're on any drugs or anything like that, how focused you are, what type of content dilates your pupils and stuff. So what are you more engaged with? They're going to be able to track literally everything about your emotional state. Like it's pretty scary. I would advise people to stay away from the Facebook metaverse stuff, especially the Oculus headsets. But yeah, what I was alluding to with the Decentraland and Sandbox stuff is now everyone's going to go crazy for Web3 metaverse type stuff. Like Mana coin went crazy after the announcement. Sandbox coin went crazy. And by that, I mean like a move between like 5 to 10% within an hour. Nothing stupid like SHIB or anything. But now everyone's going to start focusing on metaverse if they hadn't already. And all the Web3 competitors to Facebook, and I would guess Epic Games as well is going to be right along them, racing towards getting the most popular virtual world. But it's going to be scary. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
This is fucking crazy, man. Like look at what's happening right here, right? Right.
1.75.
A spirit Halloween. Okay, that's cool. Safe Moon Army trending in California. What? You have Meta, and then you have an original Warhol worth 20,000 by hiding it in the stack.
Yeah, how about that? Did you see that story?
No.
So someone bought this Andy Warhol painting and made they hand drew or whatever they did. They copied it perfectly like 1,000 times over, and then they sold all 1,000 copies with the real one inside of the collection, like somewhere in there, shuffled in the deck. And they sold them all for what, like $300 a pop, $250 a pop. And it was like, well, maybe you'll get the real one, maybe you won't, but you're never going to have any idea. And the amount of hate that NFTs got on these posts was insane. Like, I don't understand it when blockchain is doing like protecting against this type of stuff. But I guess that was the message. I don't know. I was really confused by it, why someone would buy this stuff. But
it's kind of genius.
$250,000 they raised just from counterfeiting art and publicly declaring that they counterfeited it. So
this motherfucker bought an Andy Warhol for 20 G's, made 99 high quality forgeries, stuffed them together, sold each drawings for $250. If you pay $250, maybe you get the original 20 grand Warhol, but you never know. Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking genius. How to print money, kids.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, you guys. I bought the Mona Lisa. I've made 1,000 fake copies of the Mona Lisa. I'm selling them for about $1 million a pop. Let's go. Trying to get a
it's crazy. I don't understand the art world.
I mean, it's just like Like there's stuff I want to say about it, but like part of it's money laundering, tax evasion, money laundering. Another part of it's just total fake bullshit. And then which is all funded by like trying to get like. Imagine it's like imagine like you end up creating a fervor because 3 people are betting up like a ton of money on something in an auction, and then one dumbass who's not a part of the clique, then says like, he bids on it, and then they let him win it, and they basically didn't like they're just trying to take the money out of like there's 9 shills in the room, and there's like one real person, and they're all like there to take that guppy's money, I guess.
Right. Yeah, there is a coin the other day. It's called Botto. It was airdropped to a ton of like blue chip NFT holders. If you own a CryptoPunk, if you own a Meebit, if you own any of the Art Blocks NFTs, I forget there's a few other collections, but it's called Botto, Botto, and it's a AI, like a generative art project where this AI program creates artwork, and there's staking and burn mechanics. There's a bunch of stuff to it. But one of the AI generated pieces received this giant bid of like 250 Ethereum or something crazy like that. So the price of Botto went nuts. And it went from like $1.20 to like $3.50 or something like that in less than 24 hours. And then the bid wasn't accepted, and then it disappeared. So someone retracted the bid after the price of Botto went crazy. And there was tons of speculation on NFT Twitter that the person who made the bid is the same person who owned the piece, and the same type of stuff where you're kind of conning people in, and then they probably dumped all the Botto they got airdropped. So a lot of shady stuff. And again, that's the art world too.
Like we're just seeing a more like transparent version of the art world in crypto. Like crypto is like, it just shows you what it is, and before they hide it away. Like it's sort of like one of the biggest lessons in the world is actually being in crypto right now, understanding the fuckery that's going on, and then knowing that also is going on in the real world, except they're just so good at hiding it. You wouldn't it's basically, unless you know, you don't know unless you know.
Yeah, no one reports on it. Like there's no, like, even if you have some sort of like juicy details around it and you're an editor, you're a writer, are you going to stake your job and your reputation on reporting that someone laundered, $10 million through an art piece, when the people that you're reporting on are the same one that owned the news outlets and stuff that you work for? Like, probably not. Like, it's really not it's not that big of a story. Like, look at the, what came out recently. What were they called? The Pandora Papers. What did we do? Talk about that for like 16 hours, and now it's all forgotten.
It's all forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah, like it does nothing. It doesn't do anything. So why would you report on stuff like that? But yeah, the blockchain, full transparency. Anyone can look it up. Any sleuth on Etherscan can look through stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, at the end of the day, people don't care. They just want to make their gains because they want to be rich, because they've seen the rich life. They've seen the rich life on fucking on Instagram and stuff. Like it just is what it is. I don't know. It's such a mind. It's like you can't do anything about the world until you can take care of it's that whole thing like in the airplane where like you put the air on top of you put the air on yourself first before you put it on your kids. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The emergency, like you gotta. It's this weird shit where like you gotta be to the point where you're so able-bodied that you can't help everybody. You can't help somebody else. But until you get to a point where you can even help, you can defend yourself. It's insane. Like supposedly, and like I remember reading this. Maybe this is pretty dated information. This is back in 2015. In order to have enough money where you won't get bankrupted if you get sued, you basically need $10 million to bankroll, to have enough wealth that you could actually bankroll like a lawsuit against yourself and then litigate yourself in the court of law, where you wouldn't go like bankrupt basically if you lost.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Like you need $10 million to defend yourself in this country. Yeah. What the fuck, man? It's shit, man. Yeah.
So like one Bitcoin in 5 years.
Yeah. Something like that. At some point, I'll just buy some big ass law firm. I'll buy myself the den of jackals or something to defend me.
Yeah. Just be like Max Kaiser, where he was ranting about how he could buy any politician or any judge that he wanted to, from that video from him at Bitcoin Miami this past summer. where he was just sounding like a lunatic. He like got up out of his chair, threw his chair down and everything.
Oh my god.
Max Kaiser.
Yeah, he's a G, man. Dude, that dude's actually made quite a lot of people pretty wealthy back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. My goodness. But yeah, I've been I don't know if you've been looking at any other coins, but there's a pretty interesting NFT drop coming up in like 5 days, and they have some cool coins around it too. It's called Game Coin, but it's GMEE. They're coming out with these NFTs called G-Bots, where you can like stake them and breed them and do a bunch of stuff with the NFTs. So I don't know if you're excited about any coins coming up, but that's one of the NFT projects that I've been looking at. Is these G-Bot things.
Yeah, Danny Boy's right here. Like, I even with some of my friends, it makes me pretty sad that like the minute you can't win at the game a little bit, or you stop trying, like, I don't. They're sort of like almost like they've given up in a way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, just like they said, they're brainwashed. I mean, they're just not independent thinkers, right?
Right. Yeah. It's just
Look at a headline. Look at a headline. It is what it is, and then they move on. There's no verifying or fact checking or trying to read through the lines at all. It's just read 3 sentences and move on with your day.
yeah. Oh, there is one actually coin. There's actually an NFT coin that you might actually like, Interact, on Fantom. It's called Brush.
Okay.
And basically, it's sort of like remember that pink airdrop we got?
Yeah.
It might be the same team actually.
Okay.
And it looks like Spooky Swap's partnered with them eventually for like to host some of their NFT sales and stuff on Brush. That token is like dirt cheap. It's like 15 million market cap right now. So
yeah, not even like 10, 11 million.
Oh, is it 10, 11?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of degenerate, but it's like, I mean, Shiba and Doge and shit. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, look, keep this. So I had somebody in a consultation show me this coin they invested into, and they made a really good amount of money on it, and I just could not believe what it was. It was like so fucking crazy. And then like he told me like the reason, and I was like, yeah, that'll probably make you money.
How about there's this?
It's called TK Ing, which is Tiger Coin King. Tiger King Coin. And because the second season's coming out in a month, you know, it's gonna pump. It's gonna pump. Damn.
I need to. There's one coin. There's one coin that this kid from my hometown tweeted about. And it was like 30 cents. I don't know anything about this coin, but he tweeted about it. It was 30 cents. And one of my buddies sent it to me. He's like, did you know so-and-so is in crypto? It's like, no, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And this coin, I need to get the name of it. I just texted my buddy. But this coin went from like 30 cents, and now on CoinGecko, it's listed as like a $1.3 million coin. And this is over the span of like 60 days.
What's it called?
I don't know. It's like GART or GRT, something like that. But it's total. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's no exit liquidity. I don't know what's going on with it. But the chart is absolutely insane. I just texted him. Hopefully it responds. But yeah, it went from like 30 cents to like 1.3 mil. I don't know. But the market cap of this coin is like $1.7 septillion.
Okay, you know, Interact.
It's like more money than that exists.
So what? It's like you're like, finally someone I can talk crypto to. He's only into scam coins.
Dude, that's what like we're not really friends with this kid. We just kind of know of him, went to school with him and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I hope he bought, and I hope he sold. I hope he's able to sell some of it. But yeah, the market cap $1.7 septillion.
Yeah,
ridiculous. I had to Google what the number was. I'd never seen so many zeros. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I would guess that stuff probably isn't real. I would guess that those gains probably aren't real. They're not. There's no liquidity there to get out.
Right. He's probably able to sell $1,000 a day if he's
At a time. Yeah, I saw some memes around that with SHIB, and it was like when you have $400 million of SHIB, but you'll tank the market if you sell.
Yeah.
And it's like someone crying, like sobbing their eyes out.
Well, I did the math on it the other day. You actually could one person could sell 25 million at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
You could.
That's what the support is.
There's enough liquidity now, and there's enough hype. You could take profits on $1 million, or like $25 million of SHIB in a 24-hour period pretty easily. Well, you could actually do it in one order, and you'd actually do it, but it would fuck the price up, but you'd be able to cash it out. Let me think.
So I have a theory going now with involving Robinhood, and I saw that Robinhood missed quarterly earnings pretty bad. I think the stock, I don't know what the stock is at now, but it tanked like 10% after hours. And with them trying to do the crypto wallets and stuff, so stock is down roughly 15% in the past week since their earnings. A lot of that is due to the crypto markets being down because they did so much revenue in Dogecoin trading. The first quarter, it was a crazy amount. I forget what the percentage was, but
yeah, it was like half of their fucking revenue, half of their profit came from like crypto trading, which is and like 75% of it was Doge.
Yes, that's the number. So now I'm trying to bet on like which other coins they might add to the platform, because if they know that most of their volume or their trading volume and stuff is done with crypto, and they just had this bad quarter, I would imagine that means they're going to add more coins to Robinhood, but I don't know which ones they would add on there. I'm thinking probably Ripple.
Litecoin Cash.
They have the offers are very limited. There's like 7 coins, and one of them is BSV. Like, I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, that's kind of I was joking around and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of insane. Like, yeah, there's only like that's why I knew. Like, I had an extremely large amount of Doge in the bear market because when was this? 2016. Yeah, Robinhood did have crypto back then. Yeah, you did. All they had was Doge. Like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Doge. That's it. Those 4 originally. Then they added Ethereum Classic, and then they added Bitcoin Cash, and then I didn't even know about. I don't know. I didn't even know about BSV was on there. That's crazy.
BSV. Ripple's always been on there, but you could only track the stats. You could only track the graphs. You couldn't actually trade it, and that was even before the SEC stuff. But so now I'm trying to think through like what coins they might add on there, because those news headlines would pump some stuff pretty crazy. I'm thinking if Ripple wins this lawsuit against the SEC, they'll probably open trading for it. Maybe add Cardano too, but if something gets listed on Robinhood, that's pretty big.
They're probably gonna add the most meme coins. So they're probably gonna add Cardano, XRP. They're gonna add coins that are kind of cheap in price.
Exactly.
So they're adding like sub $5 coins or something. So Cardano, that right there. Maybe Polkadot as like a thing. And then they're gonna add probably Shiba. They're probably gonna add Shiba. Let me think what else they're gonna add. Okay, what's a little cheap? Stellar, maybe, actually, if they add XRP. They might add. I wouldn't be surprised if they added Axes or some video game coins, to tell you the truth.
I don't know. Axie's not very popular like in the West, like in the Western Hemisphere countries. Like, it's pretty popular in like the Asian countries and stuff. Just with
what are you trying to say?
Just with the play to earn dynamics and stuff, and that's where the Axie headquarters are located. Over there in Singapore. That's where most of the team is from. So they just have more ties in that part of the world. And it's still pretty crazy to me, like the lack or the just how small the amount of people are that like play Axie, trade Axis, or do anything with Axie that are located in the States. It's still a pretty small number of people. Oh
my fucking God. If they added Spell.
If they had it spell.
Dude. If they added, I mean,
would?
it's cheap enough and it's high enough market cap that they would do it. I mean, like it's like there's more crazy shit in this world. I mean, let's see. 2 cents. I mean, every little poor boy can buy that. I'm just saying $5. I'm saying, like, all right, let's do the math. Let's do the math on this. Like, let's just say $5. Yo, if that goes to $1, bro, that's $204, bro. I'm telling you, son.
I was pretty surprised to see OpenSea add SHIB, in all honesty, especially after the dump that it incurred and everything, and just Coinbase's kind of ongoing fight with U.S. regulators and stuff. I was surprised that they put something like that on there. I feel like they're just kind of opening the doors to criticism and stuff from the government.
So R3 Volt had a really interesting one. I think Anorak can also compare to this one. So if you're only able to sell 1,000 a day, my standards of living is so much different than Miguel's and Anorak's. I would love to be able to cash out 1,000 a day. It feels yeah. If that was like the parameter, right? If let's just say like you knew that you invest into something and then you would just be able to cash out 1,000 a day and you knew that going into it, that's cool. But you have sort of this impending doom. So let's just say you made $1 million or $2 million and you oh yeah, that's actually true. Anorak's got that.
I have experience with only being able to cash out $1,000 every 3 days or whatever it is from NBA Top Shot, and it was still when I
doesn't feel good, huh? Doesn't feel good, huh?
No, it was still when I had Top Shot's where I made a large majority of the money I have now, and I was only able to cash out $1,000 a day, and it's great until you see the prices start slipping, and then you're locked in and you have 6 figures and profits and you can only take out $1,000 a day or 3 days, and you're like, well, this is going to take me 3 years to take out. It's the price isn't going to sustain itself till then, and I don't even know what that $1,000 a day was pertaining to. Maybe that one shit coin we were talking about.
Oh no, it's because I was talking about it, like we were joking around that like it only had $1,000 of liquidity a day that you could sell.
Oh yeah. It sounds great until you got to capitalize on the boom, and then you miss out on the downside, and then your profits kind of dissipate because you can't sell anything.
Yeah, so you're just like at this point where you're just like, oh my god, and you can't sell more because you wreck the price, and then you're just like shit. So it does actually feel kind of terrible and stuff because like you could crash the price.
On the flip side, it could prevent you from selling too early.
That too.
Only being able to take out 1,000 a day, and then it just keeps going up. But yeah, I mean, if you were guaranteed $1,000 a day, like every day for the next 2.5 years or however long it would take to get your profits out, like it's a pretty good deal. It doesn't really matter how much money you have. $1,000 a day is pretty damn good if it's guaranteed every single day. It's like those passive income memes. Like, would you rather have $1 billion right now or 45 cents a day for the rest of your life? Have you seen those?
I'd be like, sir, you are retarded. That was $1 billion cash right now. $1 billion cash right now. All right, you win the lottery, right? Let's just because in California, they actually have we've actually had like maybe $3 or $4 billion lottery winners. Except it's usually when it's $1 billion, no one's actually won it, just the one person. So it's always been like 2 people.
Right.
But one of these days, I'm gonna win it, you guys. You'll see me on TV, and you'll see me like I win $1 billion, and I'm gonna go onto TV and say like, so what are you gonna do with the money? I'm gonna ape it into crypto. I'm gonna say that on national television. Sir, what are you gonna do with this $1 billion you just won? Well, I'm gonna ape it into fucking NFT.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those ether rocks, and then I'll have like $20 left over.
I'm actually thinking about buying a tungsten stone or a cube because that's like a joke right now. But like the densest best investment is tungsten.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny week of memes there. What, like 2
oh,
weeks
dude,
ago?
I actually have a really good man. Here, let me find it real quick. This shit is ridiculous. Like, so I retweeted this the other day. It's about this. Where is it? It's this dude that's all fucked up in the club and shit, showing his crypto portfolio. Fucking, I like lost it because I actually did see some dude doing this in Miami.
I think I'm. Oh, in Miami.
I saw this happen in Miami, like legitimately. Then I also saw some people that will not be named hitting on chicks with charts. I'm not gonna say who, but I'm very ashamed. No, I'm just... Oh my god! Right here, actually. Shit is ridiculous.
You into crypto? You are? You into that? That's
$400.
You like that, huh? You into crypto? You are? You into that?
He moved the trick to their hand.
That's my crypto portfolio. You like that, huh? You into crypto?
That shit is so fucking. Oh my god, it's so perfect. The dude's drunk. He looks like he's on pills too. That's what's so fucking real about it. Because like half the people in the fucking club are all fucking on pills too. Yeah, chicks included. But it's pretty funny.
For sure. Yeah, they care about that more than your crypto portfolio at that point in the night.
Don't worry, baby. The drinks are on me. Fucking crazy.
Dude, I would be buying so many drinks if this club took SHIB.
Oh, dude, it's so dangerous when we were in some fucking like places we shouldn't have been, just because in terms of dude, most jewelry stores or most places are like they take crypto now.
Okay,
that's dangerous.
Did
fucking, like no, I don't know about spending this and stuff, dude. Just get the iced out, It's only $250,000, dude. Just get it. Like, hey, yo, we take Ethereum.
Yeah.
People have, and like I talked to a couple guys that actually said like, yeah, like literally you tell people that they take crypto and shit, and fucking they'll spend so, like, because like we don't think like let's say these are tokens, right? We don't think like this could each of these little totems could be about $100,000. But when we have it in our hand, it doesn't. We can go like, yo, fuck you. I'll bet all on red, right? And I just put $1 million on the fucking table. Where like if I actually had to put $1 million in cash and actually put it on the, you wouldn't bet as much, basically, which is kind of crazy.
I was making fun of some of my buddies the other day. They were talking like just like exactly that, but with cash versus debit. And one of them made a comment like, "No, like I like carrying cash because it keeps me from spending so much money when I go out because I actually feel like I'm losing something."
Right.
As opposed to debit, like you don't, or credit or whatever, it doesn't feel like you're spending any money. And I was like, well, fellas, have you ever heard of this thing called Ethereum? Because it's like debit times 100 when you're like spending stuff and just, one Ethereum on this.
Debit times 100.
Well, it's like, yeah, it is so much easier to just spend on just absolute BS on the internet. Like the worst thing for me was about a month ago, I found out that I could send on the sports gambling websites I use, I could send Ethereum straight from my MetaMask to these sports gambling
Anorak. You gotta close the account down, bro. Stop.
It's so bad, especially football. See, I really only bet on football, so it's I've seen a lot of NFT profits go by the wayside on this sports betting meme crypto.
It's so dangerous, dude. It's because it's like we have this really weird thing. Even though we're being degenerate, we're over time we're consistently right. So it's like we're like above the threshold. We're winning money over time. So it's actually like I told my brothers this and stuff. Like sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, the fees are kind of high." Like, bro, you don't understand. Like even if you like, obviously I try to protect everyone from the fees as much as possible. Buy stuff in exchanges, but sometimes they have to buy some coins that like Hex, right? You have to buy Hex, and you're gonna get hit with a swap fee. And let's just say they're aping with like $300. Like, oh fuck, what the fuck? The fee's $60, bro. You don't understand, dude. Like even if that's the case, right? Let's just say you only get like $250 into Hex or whatever cryptocurrency you get in a year. That $250 will be worth $2,500. Who gives a fuck? And it's a really crazy mentality. It is a kind of a crazy mentality throwing that much cash and then we talk about that stuff too with basically the amount of gas fees you paid over time, basically, that sort of stuff. And obviously you try to protect yourself. I mean, I always tell people to buy, if you're going to buy I'm almost at the point now of telling people, like, if you're going to be on Uniswap, you got to be buying like one Ethereum of something. to do a transaction. It's almost like we're in John Wick, where everything costs the token. have you ever seen John Wick when he's like in the Continental or like the bar? They have these fucking golden tokens that they get for killing people in jobs or some shit, and everything basically costs one Chuck E. Cheese token. So it's like you almost, when you're on Uniswap, you're almost like pulling out one of your Ethereum, which is a Chuck E. Cheese token. It's like, I'll take one coin, please. You're like buying your shit coins on Uniswap. But yeah.
No, you don't. You do need one Ethereum. That's what I've been telling some of my friends too. It's like they're going through like NFTs and stuff and buying stuff that's like 0.04. You know, they got like 0.3 ETH in it and stuff like that. And it's just not enough. I mean, you're always playing catch up. You're always worried about losing potential profit. So you have paper hands, because if it goes down 10%, you don't want to lose 20% because you don't have that much invested in the market. And it would really hurt if you lost, 0.08 when you're only working with 0.35 or something like that. So, having a decent amount in, but hopefully stuff like Fantom and everything can try and negate a lot of the gas fees that people incur.
I will say this, so the gas fees are starting to go up in Fantom, because Fantom's also going up in price. But probably the average, what's going to happen at I'd probably say late December, we're probably going to see like maybe like a $1 gas fee per transaction, which is not bad. I mean, when I got into Fantom maybe like a month or two ago, like the gas fees are basically like 3 cents per transaction. In the last month, they've gone to 14 cents on average.
Okay.
So we're steadily going up. So that means even if we have an impulsive wave of like, we go to $28, which would be like, true. That'd be like nothing but net on that one right there. The gas fees could possibly be $5 per transaction, which, I mean, we all like. I mean, the other day, like literally, like a couple days ago, I probably spent $1,000 in gas fees like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
$1,000 in gas fees, like fucking A, dude. Versus five. I mean, dude, I'll take the $5 gas fee any day. Basically, that it'll happen on PulseChain too at some point, possibly. It just depends. Like,
has Pulse been rolled out and everything already?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking. It's probably going to be December 2nd, or if it doesn't come out December 2nd, then I'm pretty much putting my money on that it comes out. What's that play? What's it called? Valentine's Day. Because do you know why we're called Pulse? Why it's called PulseChain?
No, I don't do much research into the Hex ecosystem.
Shame on you, Andrew.
As you know, long-time critic of Hex until it reached 1.5 cents.
Long time,
and then I bought in after 8 months of calling it a shitcoin, and then another 3 months of hating on it even after I bought. But I've kind of silenced ever since it hit like 45 cents. I told you before, I had that picture. I think I showed you and Charlie that picture, and I had the Hex chart pulled up.
Yeah,
like, every time DCC told me to buy Hex, and I told him to F off, and it was like the entire chart circled when it was at its lowest price for like 18 months. It was like December 2020 all the way through.
Yeah, you don't understand. Anorak took a chart, and every time I told him to buy, he circled on the chart where I told him. You just had like circles.
It was the entire chart. It was like the whole thing was circled. It was like you would say like, "Hey, you want to jump on a call about Decentraland or whatever?" And I get on the call, and we're like 45 minutes into the call, and it's like still Hex talk. Like Decentraland hasn't even been mentioned. It was still Hex, and it was like I just kept hating on you for it, and I would tweet and make fun about Hex all the time.
Oh, then, I gotta find it, man. I gotta find it now. Like that shit.
I don't know if I ever sent. I don't know if I just showed you guys and I screen shared. But no, I think I bought Hex for the first time at like just over a penny. And then did a lot of swing trading on the way up. But now I'm just kind of holding stuff. I don't have anything staked. I had a couple of people message me about if I have Hex and stuff staked and for how long, but I don't have anything staked for Hex.
I found it. Glory be your name, Anorak. You're fucking amazing. I want to, like, this shit blew me away, man. Fuck, man. I just want you to know that I'm a good friend. I want you to know this is, if it ever proves that I'm not a good friend, this chart right here, this is the chart of like how good of a person I am right here.
Well, the same thing was with Celsius too. Then I finally, oh yeah, there we go. There it is.
This is how well I've been telling you.
And then I still remember the day you told me about Celsius too. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this kid fucking made, 100 million bajillion dollars on Hex. I guess I'll listen to him on Celsius. And Celsius was like 36 cents or 17 cents, whatever it was. And me, you, and all the baby whales from Decentraland jumped in on that early.
Hey man,
yeah,
at least you bought on that dip.
Dude,
I'm
look
proud
at
of you right there.
look at the chart. Look, the chart is July of 2021, and we're not even over 15 cents Hex price on that chart.
Yeah, that's a quarter. Yeah, you bought it at a really good price. You must have bought it, I think, at 18% of a penny, or no.
Yeah, right around there. It was somewhere in that little dip, but yeah, it was below 2 pennies. And I had the most Hex I ever had was like just under $1 million, I think, somewhere around there. And now I'm sitting like just under 200,000. I've sold some stuff and swung trade and did this and that, but yeah, still sitting on
that's what it's there for. I mean, people get mad at stuff, but we got into. I mean, we were born and we were born into this world and we didn't know what anything was. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But like, that's what crypto's there for. You sell some of it to change your life, basically, or make your life easier. But that's still, hey man, you still got in, dude. Like, I mean, trust me. Like, there's people like. I better be careful how I say this. This is gonna sound bad. I'm not trying to shit on somebody. Like, people really, like, in the Hex community, they talk about like, I'm day 1 guy. I'm day 37 OG, or like I'm day 300, or whatever, right? So like you're still like you got in pre-big payday.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. So you're fucking fine, dude. Like you killed it.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I like the Hex stuff. I like listening to you guys talk about Hex too. I don't know if there's a more entertaining crypto community than the day 1 Hex people, because you guys were in the earliest, and now after 98% of the rest of the crypto community gave you shit for liking Hex, including people who like BSV gave you shit for liking Hex. Now you guys are just sitting back thumping your chests every time you get on stream, and I love it, especially Richard Hart. Richard Hart's just ending crypto influencers' careers left and right out here. He took out Peter McCormick for like 6 months, took out Alex Saunders. There's still a Amber Alert out for Alex Saunders.
Amber Alert?
I love the Hex community. And it's just fun to watch you guys talk about stuff now after everyone shit on you guys for over a year.
Dude, we're the fucking Jews of Egypt, bro. Like literally, like we're out here in the desert, just fucking roaming, trying to find a fucking house. You know, it's pretty bad. Like we're just getting hate for no fucking reason. Like everywhere we go, we just get kicked out. Like oh wow, like we found this little piece of shit exchange called Uniswap, and it's like really dingy. There's no fucking liquidity and stuff. And like let's put our shekels together and like make this pretty cool. Then we built the first houses and we built some swaps and stuff. And then like we actually made it really shiny. We cleaned it up and shit. We paved the roads and stuff. And then they're like, then the assholes at Uniswap are like, yo, we don't really like these guys and shit. And like, they wouldn't even put us in the drop down menu. We were fucking 75% of the volume of Uniswap, and they wouldn't put us in the drop down menu to find our coin. 75% of the volume for almost like, I mean, just now, like we hit a point where like Uniswap's been around longer than we were around. So there was like, I think it came out, I remember it was August of 2019. I remember it came in August or October of 2019, it came out. Nothing was going on Uniswap. Then we jumped on somewhere in like late January, and basically from January to August, we were all the transaction volume on Uniswap. Around August of 2020, it started popping. It started getting kind of popular, and then basically we held the top 3, 4, 5, 10 spot basically liquidity until we were pushed out essentially at that point. And then, but like it's kind of ridiculous. And then even Matcha, right? Like we were like 90% of the volume on Matcha, 90% of the volume on Matcha, and Matcha was like basically yo fuck you guys to us. Yeah, Like it's fucking retarded. It's like, what do you like? That's just bad business. Even like, like, all right, you want some? Here's some stuff. Okay, you know Justin Sun, right? Tron guy, right? Yeah, he has D Live, right? So D Live was doing very terrible. So what he did is he a bunch of these super white nationalist Nazi motherfuckers got on his platform, right? And they ended up being something like 40% of the super chats or whatever in the platform. And you know what Justin Sun did? Absolutely nothing. He's like, all right, we'll take these little fucking Nazi boys' money to keep our platform alive. You know what I mean? Are we worth? I mean, like, I was like, I'm just thinking like myself sometimes. I literally thought this in bed, like back in the day, like, yo, are we worse than fucking white nationalist Nazi bros? Like, what is going on? Like, yo, I'm like Mexican. Like, what the fuck's going on? Do you guys hate us that bad? Like, or I'm just a Hexican. I'm not a fucking Nazi. Holy shit.
No, Justin Sun does not sacrifice his ethics in the way of a big payday. You know, he famously or infamously took out that PPP loan, that $3 million PPP.
Yeah, $3 million loan for his company. Yeah.
He was doing shady stuff with all the Beeple digital art drops back in the early spring, and there's a lot of speculation that he was doing the stuff we were talking about earlier in the stream, like placing ghost bids and stuff like that on everything. But Justin Sun, man, it's kind of surprising. Like he's kind of fallen off. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, he fell off. He pretty much fell off, and he was so ahead of the game. Like I've heard some people talk about this as well, and I thought about it too. It was like he was he was the first major player to have a DEX, basically, technically. So Binance Chain could have Binance had the idea for Uniswap a year before Uniswap even did it. So in 2018, they were about to release Binance DEX, and they thought about it and were like, "Oh fuck, this is going to destroy our fucking our core business of exchanges." It's the same thing like you know, what's it called, like Nintendo, right? Nintendo could have been on the iPhone and could have been on all these mobile apps and stuff. You could have made tons more money, but they're like, "Oh fuck, this is going to destroy our console division." So we're not going to do it, basically. When they could have had both, basically. You know what I mean? But it's so Justin Sun could have literally been like the Pod Piper. Like if you think about it, right? Like it took fucking. Oh wait, I don't want to say. Okay, I gotta be careful saying like it took fucking like stupid ass fucking Polygon to start all this, because who really started all this L1 stuff was Polygon. The reason like Polygon started popping, it did it by incentivizing with $60 million of incentive farms on Polygon Matic. Popped off the whole yield farming craze off of that, and then it went to Binance Chain. Boom, that popped off. Boom, even more degenerate. It looked Matic looked good. When shit was good on Binance Chain. Then from there it popped to Solana. Then it went to AVAX.
I was going to say Avalanche kind of in there too. Yeah.
They dropped the ball, and then it went to what do you call it? Then now it's going to Fantom, and then the money's starting to flow into like Kusama Dot right now, basically. Then there's ones like Harmony One, which I don't think that's that good. And then what else is there? Is there any more L1s? Oh yeah, there's that E-Gold thing. E-Gold. Yeah, E-Gold, Elron, and then there's I guess Algorand as well a little bit. I think that's it. And then this magical thing called PulseChain. So that's why I've been saying like forever, because I'll get back to Thank you. The chat sometimes reminds me to go back to
why is it called Pulse? Oh yeah.
We literally just went completely
I would like to know that too. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't hear this from me, okay? Like I'll tell you why PulseChain is called PulseChain. So our great founder, Richard J. Hart, talks about some of his favorite sex toys, the Toshiba Magic Wand, and that shit sure pulsates. So our PulseChain is named after a fucking setting on a fucking vibrator.
Listed on Coinbase tomorrow.
We're keeping that pretty much on the down low, but we always all the OGs laugh at that shit. Like PulseChain, right? Yeah. True story, bro.
Up until now, I thought it was just Richard had his finger
16,
on
yeah,
the pulse
16
of the
pulses.
market.
I don't know with like Harmony. There's just not enough time for them to really build an ecosystem, so they're all pretty much hype, basically. So there's a lot of change right there, but basically in terms of who has time to develop an whole entire ecosystem, like Hex is actually pretty late to the party. If I'm being really late, like if I'm being really like coy about it, like Hex is pretty late to the party in terms of making an ecosystem, but we have so many people that will catch up very quickly, basically, and we also have Richard Hart.
Mm-hmm.
So you like a lot of these blockchains and stuff. So you ever heard of the king problem? You ever hear of that?
No.
Where like like when a king's born, you flip a coin whether he's gonna be crazy or normal, right? So like if you have so normally you flip a coin, go boom, right? And if the king's at least normal and not bad, your country would do pretty decently because like they're not doing really stupid stuff, basically.
Okay.
Then once in a while you get a good king. And by a good king, he means he can actually do some shit. So during those times, right, when you have a concentration of power, if their decisions are on average better than the normal king, than other normal kings, what ends up happening is your kingdom starts fucking going bananas in terms of like the crazy shit they can do. So for like 20, 30 years, as long as that king reigns, your country's like out here just like cock slapping the industry, basically. Yeah. So right now we got Richard Hart, and and he's going to lead PulseChain, and because he's so good at talking shit at every other chain and stuff, like basically our chain is going to end up upgrading and developing faster than just about everything else as soon as it's out here, and it's going to be a really interesting ride because it's going to start. We're probably going to end up starting kind of a lot of the chain wars in terms of like these chains essentially. Like, why do you need this chain? Why do you need that chain? That shit's stupid. Like the most useful chain right now in existence in terms of interoperability is literally like Cosmos technically. Like everything's using Cosmos, but right now, if you look at Polkadot and Kusama eventually are going to get the fuck off the Cosmos train, eventually, a little bit. So, yeah.
You used to talk to me about what you looked for in like a founder of a token or like a CEO and stuff, and there was 3 points that you talked about before. Now I don't know if you remember them off the top of your head. I mean, this is over a year ago now. But it's like something like you look for people who are charismatic, people who are smart. I don't know if you remember.
So it's called the box, right? So it's the box of what do I look in a coin, right? So it's like you look at community, the leader, what it does, and who are the major investors basically in the project, right? And from there you can further. The most important one technically is community. All you really need is community. If you have a large amount of people, look at Shiba and look at Doge. Right? Yeah. If they actually had a leader, that coin would be like this.
Yeah.
Out of here. That's what they're missing. With Hex, right? Community, leader. The rest of it doesn't matter. I mean, the like Hex could have been something of like trying to plant tree coin. As long as the price pumped it. We literally could have. I mean, honestly, if for every time someone does a stake over like $1,000, we plant a tree somewhere in the world or something, and like by now, like it's, even as something as dumb concept as that and stuff, as long as the price is going up and things are going good, I mean we'd be like showing off like, motherfuckers, we planted more trees than any other person in the world, son. We 1 million trees in the ground, son, just this month, son. We talking shit like that, all environmentalists and shit or whatever, or like things like that. So it's that sort of thing, right? So what I look for in a leader is basically, is he charismatic? Does he have it? Basically. So everyone has a different sort of thing, right? Like, so I got this sort of gift from like viewing people on YouTube for so long. So if typically is he mesmerizing? Is he consistent? So when I look in a leader for a coin, does he consistently or I look at Cardano. Cardano should have failed by now. But what does he do? The dude live streams every week or every once in a while. to his community. So that's why I look for it too. So I look for leaders who are here and there actually being active to the community, not being like little bitches. So I like it's okay if they're kind of like in real life, they're kind of like, they're kind of they're not really outgoing, but they're like, they're trying. Even if they're not outgoing, but they're kind of trying, and they're going their own kind of like dorky, goofy way like this, like, hey guys, yeah, like, I don't do these like fucked up glasses like this, shirt all fucked up, wearing flip flops and shit. But he's like trying. That effort of actually trying endears them to the community, basically. So it's sort of a weird way where like you're the leader. Like eventually, if the dude's working really hard and he's not disappearing and stuff, people will start molding themselves to themselves, right? So if the guy's wearing like this, magically all the guys in the and the rest of the community start looking like this and shit. Like look at this, right? Look, like right now, like fucking like Richard's been showing off all his Louis Vuitton and Gucci and fucking Rolexes, and magically every fucking Mexican's got Rolexes now and fucking jewelry. Like,
yeah, I want those watch spinning things that he has in the background of his streams. Those things are pretty sick.
Yeah, it's just to keep this thing. Like, so as long as you're walking like this, you wear it like once every 2-3 days. It'll keep spin. So when you're walking, it just auto spins it for you, basically. But you just put it in that thing, and then it spins it every couple hours or a little bit, and then it keeps it pretty much spinning, basically. It looks really sick.
Yeah, in the background. Yeah, no, he has a sick setup.
Yeah, it's sort of exactly. It's like the Lisp when someone's talking from Spain. So.
Oh yeah.
So the leader of Spain, right? The leader of Spain, he had a Lisp. He was basically the main influencer. He was the main leader of the coin of the nation, right? And because he had a Lisp, he stuff like this. Then necessarily all their Spanish had a Lisp on it.
Is that really how that developed?
Yeah.
No kidding.
The king of Spain, no one wanted to make fun of him. So it's like it became vogue. Like, yo, this is how you talk. This is the cool people in Spain talk. The people with money talk with a Lisp. So like, if you want to, if you have money, you talk with a Lisp. So everyone just started copycatting it because everyone wanted to be with the money.
Wow.
And
now that's the dialogue.
Yeah.
That's insane. I did not know that's how that came to be. Huh.
Yeah, but it's So I mean, there's that sort of thing. So you basically look for a consistency in the founder, that he's kind of a little bit, at least what I look for in crypto projects. Usually the more private the founder is, the harder the coin has a harder time doing it, basically. But a community can overcome it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have a project that's all anonymous devs, but if there actually is a shit ton of anonymous, like there's a lot of people that are really super active. It should give you confidence. Like this is the one negative I do have against like maybe Spooky Swap and also some projects also all over Fantom, is that there's actually a lot of people actually really fucking with these projects, except everybody is like an avatar in a way. You don't see too many people with showing their faces. You do like with some of the guys from like FTM alerts and stuff, they show their faces, and the Spirit Swap guys show their faces. But most of these people in these projects don't show their faces on Fantom and stuff. And it's a bit of a detriment, but the problem is because it's so cool. Like there's actually so many people here that it still works,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's always that's the same thing with like the NFT projects. Like, how big of a red flag is that for you? Like when you're investing in stuff and the devs are anonymous or the team's anonymous, like, is that like a totally
I've only made one exception. That was Spooky Swap.
Really? Just that
I'm not in any project where it's anonymous devs, basically, or at least the leader of the project's not like transparent, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know who Kane Warwick is, but like, like from Synthetics and stuff, but like he's public, but like he's not really out here too much, really.
Have I ever told you and Charlie about that team of the NFT team that said that they were all females? Have I told you that?
Yeah.
And they turned out to all be Russian dudes. They came out with this thing. They're like, we're an all-female team creating an all-female NFT drop. It was called the Fame Lady Squad. And they did a sale. They marketed the whole thing like it was a female dev, female artist, the first all-female team ever to create an NFT drop. And then like 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road, people started putting some pieces together,
right?
Just based off like DMs where they used the wrong pronouns and stuff like that. And it ended up being this group of Russian dudes. And one of them was like a Russian rapper, and it was like his clique of guys. It was pretty crazy that they got outed like that, and they ended up turning over the contract and stuff to some actual females in the space.
So they let all the men do the work, and then the females took it over once it was all built.
Yeah, well, there was like a big heist. Everyone on NFT Twitter went crazy because they got all this praise from being all NFTs. And, you know, if you know anything about Twitter and just everything these days, like no one asks questions when there's stuff like that. All female team. Oh my gosh, great. Yes, queens. Yes, queens. Yes. And no one stops to say like, well, wait a second, this is crypto. Like we should be asking more questions here. There's no pictures of actual people on the website. It was just pictures of the female NFTs. And it was like Jessica, lead artist. They were just like for Becky, lead dev. And it's just all one name people with no actual pictures of faces. So yeah, and then like some actual females in the space, some ladies in the space got the keys to the contract and everything like that.
Yeah, Jem's a 6-year-old guy. Just FYI.
Nice. Should do an NFT drop.
But yeah, that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, like, that's what happened with that blood testing company. What's her name? Like, yeah. Just because she was she was a girl out here and she was in tech and she was dressing like fucking what's his name? She's like Steve Jobs and stuff. And everything like with the turtlenecks and shit. She wore the same thing every day. You know, she deepened her voice and stuff. And then she was like alpha bitch. It's just like there's just like certain things like, you know, like you ever heard of the Great White Hope? You heard of that?
Well, I know the saying in sports. I don't know if it translates anywhere else, but
well, yeah, in sports, right? Like it's sort of the thing, like right now in boxing and stuff. Like everyone wants, like, I mean, we just got Tyson Fury, but like you know, like sports wants like a white guy to win or something, or like finally, because we keep getting beat up by black dudes and like or like Mexicans in the sport and stuff. You know, in boxing and stuff, and then they want like, where's the Great White Hope and stuff, and you know, or like, and it's that sort of thing, right? So, yeah, we just kind of want like an underdog to win or something if they haven't won for a while. You know, like you have the Jamaican bobsled team, like we're talking about bobsledding. Who gives a fuck? Because it's primarily a white sport, and then like these black dudes from fucking,
where there's no winter or ice.
Oh, there's no winter or ice.
Yeah.
And they didn't even win, but they, you know, it was a really cool story actually, and everything. It's actually cool runnings and shit, and it was like, whoa, you know, it's that sort of thing where like, dude, it's so black. It's like if everything's white and someone comes in with black, it's like they pop out, you know.
Yeah, that's what some of my friends say. They're like, well, the Winter Olympics is just a way for white people to still feel good about themselves with athletics and stuff, because the Winter Olympics, it's just dominated by all like northern countries and stuff like that. Finland owns it, Sweden owns it, and that's actually coming up in just a few months. And I think that's in what Chinese city is that in? Beijing, maybe? I can't remember exactly where that's at, but that's in China, and that's going to be real damn interesting to see if the U.S. is sending all their players over and stuff based on where like China-U.S. relations are in a few months, because that could get testy pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You know what Olympic sports I want them to add? Yeah, I would love for them to add the fucking bench, the bench press, the squat, and the deadlift to the fucking, like, those should be like actual, you know, actual real, like, and I'd actually add some like some strongman sports as well, right? You want some white guys to win, right? Right now, all the strongest people in the world are like these big dudes from fucking Iceland, white dudes from Iceland. So it's like, the yoke carry and shit, like just lifting a fucking giant globe of cement, like, that shit would be sick.
Yeah, man, they used to run that all the time on ESPN. That was like, I'd wake up at 3:00 in the morning when I was younger, and ESPN2, it's World's Strongest Man, and it's just a bunch of descendants of Vikings lifting giant boulders and putting them on pedestals. But yeah, the man, Winter Olympics right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, that shit would be sick. That because like it's like, of course, like that's such, like everyone does that shit. You know, it's like everyone goes to the gym. They try every okay. At least I think the most important medal would be the bench press technically, because like I mean it's the most bro-iest shit ever. Because like even if you suck at squatting and deadlifting, everyone can fucking do a little fucking, you know, on the bench and shit. You know, I mean, technically, like if you look at it, what's the most impressive medal in the world? It really is like the running. It really is who's the fastest person in the world. Because everyone can run, right? Like I think it's less impressive the fastest swimmer in the world because not everyone can swim. As well as like most people are like, yo, I stay the fuck out the water, and I'm like, I feel you, homie.
Yeah,
I stay the fuck out the water, bro. I'm fucking that, man.
Yeah, but, true. The fastest thing, because everyone grew up racing people, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, everyone walks, right? So it's like you're the best person at going forward.
Running.
You imagine, like, damn, like, holy shit, dude. Like, and the Jamaicans got that shit on lock too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, or some there's like this tribe out of like somewhere of Africa and something where like they're the fastest, and then there's another tribe in Africa where like they're the best long distance runners as well. Distance. Yeah. So supposedly, like the height, like basically, if you want really tall people, so like this is supposedly how it's going to be. They have to be at high altitude and hot, or they're saying they can't figure out if it's the high altitude or the heatness with the high altitude that makes people like taller, but they become skinnier and lankier, basically. Just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Wakanda.
You think they're trading any crypto?
Where, Wakanda?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing where those people are coming from. Wakanda.
I disagree. Combat sports are more impressive. No, I mean, like, no, just you got to think of like what everyone can do. Like boxing, like I'm still mesmerized by boxing. I really am. Like even though I like the UFC and everything, like I'm more impressed with like a really crazy boxing fight because it's sort of I don't know, it's just so interesting because like everyone almost gets into a fight in their life at some point, right? So normally not everyone's in a fight. Everyone's kind of faux boxing, basically, and then eventually it devolves into kicks if someone falls on the ground. But I don't know.
No, but we're just I would say just as like an international community, I think you're spot on with like we're fascinated with track, like, and it's only once every 4 years. It's crazy. Like no one gives a shit about track until the Olympics come around, and then everyone's like, all right, which country can run the fastest, or like you said, go forward the best.
Yeah, and then there's what the hell is it called? Shit. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Oh, by the way, to close a loop, so I got the name of that token that went from less than 1% of a penny to 1.3 million. The name of the token is Grava token, and it's GRV ticker symbol. It's currently $1.3 million, and here's how you know it's legit. It's available to trade on Binance. So no shady business going on there. It's on BSC only.
Oh my god, man!
I do not suggest. I would not trade this token at all. We were talking about absurd gains and stuff earlier in the show. Someone from my hometown tweeted about this token when it was like 30 cents less than a month ago, and now it's 1.3 million. Yeah. So they're either scamming people out of money when you connect your wallet to trade it, or something else shady's going on. But look at the fully diluted value, $1.3 septillion. There's a max supply of like 1 trillion tokens. Ridiculous.
$49,000 of trading volume.
Is that what it is today?
Yeah, $49,000 of trading volume.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So now I remember what I was going to talk about. So okay. So the only sport the United States pretty much doesn't dominate in or tries or is competitive in is basically just soccer or football.
Yeah, out of the major ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the world's going to be, when the United States actually takes soccer seriously at some point, I think the world's going to get really salty at them, like starting to crush motherfuckers. Because like America is like, once we like, it becomes a mission of ours to like get good at that shit. Like we get good at that shit, basically. It'd be really, because like right now, I mean, like for what happens is usually anyone that's decent from the United States or Mexico or anything like that just gets sniped. So basically all the Americas are just a farm for all the European teams in a way. So anyone of talent comes in, they either go here to die or they leave over to Europe basically to go play, which is kind of crazy. So it's at some point, once that farm ends, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens,
Yeah, I'm actually planning on going to the U.S. men's national game against Mexico. It's in Columbus here,
Oh, cool.
a few hours away from me. So it's going to be Mexico versus the U.S. men's team. And that is I think that's a World Cup qualifying game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to a soccer game, football game. Not really a fan, but I like that the U.S. is like an actual underdog in these games, right? It's not like the NBA. It's not like watching Olympic basketball where you're beating Uruguay by 120.
I think sometimes they stop not to embarrass them in a way as well. Like, I don't know, because like, if you can score 120 on these motherfuckers, you can do more. It's kind of like I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with like the American football players. You know what I mean? Like those guys are like that's some of the toughest motherfuckers in the world, man. Like damn,
it's insane. I mean the physicality and stuff is insane.
That and rugby players are pretty tough as well.
Yeah. Rugby scares me. I just feel it in my collarbone every single time I see someone get tackled, trying to tackle those big Samoan dudes.
I've actually never seen a full game before. I've just only seen clips here and there.
I can't watch a full game. It's too much for me.
Really?
It's like backyard football, but with like bodybuilders. It's insane. And then they're just always throwing the ball backwards. I don't get it, but that's my American myopia. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting though. I mean, like, but I always wonder sometimes, like, what does the world think about like American football games? Like, like the world like plays soccer, and then like like the United States like does like the Super Bowl, right, for ourselves and stuff and everything. It looks so crazy. Like it's just soccer just looks like a bunch of pussies like swinging the ball at each other and stuff. Because like I mean the same thing's happening actually with the NBA as well a little bit, where like the rules are getting so like crazy that you really can't touch anybody, you can't do anything. I mean, obviously, we don't want to go to the '90s where like literally people are like fucking like hurting people.
Right, guys are worth too much money now, though.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird sort of thing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, yeah, that's rough. I mean, I like it more. I mean, I live in Ohio. I watch Big Ten football all the time, and it's like the game hasn't evolved from it's like you're watching something from the '80s. Like, and then you turn on Big 12 football. Or Wake Forest and Army, it was like 70-55. Like that is so much more exciting than watching Penn State and Illinois going to 9 overtimes and the score is 20-18. Who the fuck wants to watch that?
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, the Olympics are going to be exciting. Sports have been fun. The football stuff has been fun this year. And like I said, I'm losing all my Ethereum to sports gambling ever since I found out I could send funds from MetaMask to the
you got to disable that, bro. Just stop, dude. Come on. You know how much Ethereum you're losing? You know how much, dude, an Ethereum in a fucking year is going to be worth like 15 G's minimum, man.
So you're telling me I lost 15 G's on the Dolphins this past weekend?
Why would you bet on the Dolphins? Who the fuck bets on the Dolphins, bro?
Oh, I don't know. They were playing someone. Who were they playing? That was shitty. I thought they had a chance. No, I do. I don't put that much money on the stuff. I put $100 here or there, just stuff to make it fun. But no, I'm not putting thousands of dollars on single games. That's way too much for me. Maybe one day, but I'm smarter than that.
I bet on fights. I bet on fights like that, but like I know boxing a lot better than I do football. Like I don't even pretend that I know football very well.
Nobody knows football. That's the thing. You can be the most educated person in the sport, and the way that that ball doesn't bounce like a basketball does, takes weird.
Does favoritism get you in that sport? Because like I don't know about like
I don't bet my favorite teams. So I'm a Browns fan and an Ohio State fan, and I refuse to bet either one of them just because I don't want to my judgment to be clouded. I'll bet on like player props and stuff. I've been betting on like Odell Beckham to go over his receiving yards and stuff like that, and like Nick Chubb rushing yards over. It's 5-0 on the season. Just if there's any degens out there listening, but yeah, that bet is 5-0. He's hurt right now though. But yeah, I just dabble a little bit, throw some money down. I do the fantasy football and all that sort of thing. So there's been some pretty cool NFT stuff coming out with fantasy football, where there's like lineups and players as NFTs, and it's basically daily fantasy sports, but as NFTs, which has been pretty fun. But again, gas fees. I mean, the fuck, like.
I know a guy that all he does is bet on Brady.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
I had some
Yes, man.
people back in the day that they would only bet on Mayweather. They were like, bet Mayweather every single
That's a good bet.
like thousands and thousands of dollars. It's the same thought process. It's like they've won me this much so far, you know, like just
Why
gonna
not?
keep riding the same horse.
Yeah.
But no, it's man, sports gambling. Just
It's crazy. I mean, like, but they're
Interesting.
legalizing that. We should probably talk about our main topic for like a hot second. You know,
What's the main topic? The cats.
the cats. Yeah, I haven't even.
We opened up with the cats.
Yeah, magical cats.
We
Yeah,
opened up with the cats.
These
Now I'm getting
bitches
hit in
launched
the
in
chat.
2 hours and 4 minutes and 50 seconds. You guys, that's the countdown. The final countdown.
And there's 5,000 of them. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and they're all pretty different and stuff too. Because like they're not even showing all of the actual real cats. There's even more cats than they showed down because they have the randomize here.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier.
Yeah, that's it. But there's actually more rare. There's actually more different ones than this and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Are you going to be able to do anything with these?
Yeah,
Like
from what
staking or anything like that?
it looks like there is going to be some staking in the future. Oh shit! Looks like there is going to be some staking in the future, basically. But right off the rip, all the sale money is going to pump the fuck out of like the APY on Boo token and on the XBoo APR, and then on top of that, some of the money is going to be used to pump up the APY on the WFTM pool, and then they're also extending out the WFTM pool for XBoo stakers for 60 more days. So, for people who don't understand what I just said, because that sounded like I was speaking Chinese, let me go to this for a second. So they're increasing the length of this pool 60 more days in about 2 hours, which is pretty cool. So that's good. And then they're going to increase the APY higher than it is now. So if you look at the APR, it's 15%. Might jump up higher. Might jump to 30% for a bit. And then the blue APR might shoot up to maybe like 45 and stuff, basically. So it's a pretty decent move. It might jump up 20, 30% on the cumulative APR for this pool right here. If you're staked with just XBoo itself, pretty interesting.
And how much? What's the sale price on those? Like around 100 or 150 fans?
Yeah, 100 to 150 Fantom, which is basically I don't even know how much.
$400. It's like $330 a token.
$300. Yeah, $300 to $450 basically.
Oh, it's down to $3 now. Yeah, it's at $300.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Let's see. Can I do 300 Canadian get into this NFTM or Magic Cats? Yeah, they can. You need Phantoms. You need to be on this. You have 2 hours to figure it out. You can swap it really easy.
It was so easy to get everything set up on Fantom. Like,
it's just MetaMask. That's it. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's fucking amazing.
And they add the chain on there for you. Like you don't have to manually copy paste anything. It just like adds it on there. Like there's some of the chains I remember setting up Matic and Binance where you would have to go and like find the links and set it all up in MetaMask yourself. Fantom, you just click something and it throws it right in there for you. It was so easy.
This is the most intuitive swap I've ever used ever. It's so fucking easy. It's like smooth brain proof, basically. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking tight. Like all you got to do is this: you select the token. Are you able to see this part?
Yep.
You click Fantom or something. So imagine I'm on Ethereum right now. I go to Spooky Swap.
Right. Because you can buy Fantom on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So literally you buy through Gemini or all you do is like you sell an Ethereum for Fantom on Uniswap. You then that Uniswap's in your MetaMask, and then you just connect your wallet to this place, and you use the bridge, and then you go FTM to Fantom, and you put whatever you. Let's just say you have 1,000, which is $3,000 or something, or let's just say you have like 250, something like that. That's probably an Ethereum worth. Then you hit swap. You're going to pay like a $20, $40 fee to move your Fantom onto here, and then what's going to happen is, boom, your this 1,250 Fantoms on Fantom now. Now you got Fantom on Fantom. Then from here you can just swap into Boo token or just wait for these motherfuckers to drop. And I mean, I have a really good feel. I mean, obviously, like we could totally be throwing our money away. I mean, it's very possible, but like. This might have been like we're gonna look back on this like goddamn bro. It's like, man, I can't believe how cheap these fuckers were. Like these could, I mean, who knows? I mean, like I'm not saying anything crazy, but I mean, dude, like if it's 100 Fantom starting, I mean, these things could be like 1,000 Fantom floor price possibly at some point. Who knows? I don't know, but like there's not that many projects on Fantom that have like, I mean, it's a spooky swap. If the only other NFT that I could see competing is if like Spirit made their own as well at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Do you know if Spooky Swap has any plans to release more NFTs like within the coming months?
Not yet, but they might do some collaborations with like Brush, which I mentioned earlier, basically.
Okay.
With Brush, which is like Brush, which is Paint Swap, which is Brush, which is this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 8 cents, $11 million market cap. This looks like it's going to be the first real big NFT project. Like that's like sort of like it's the whole thing's about. Let me go to Paint Swap. It's a whole This is whole marketplace basically for NFTs. I don't think a lot of stuff's worth that much, but like it's that sort of thing where like might be like this one's 20 Fantom. This for some reason this shit's worth 1.2. I would never buy that. That's retarded. But like that's kind of cool. I should buy that.
Are the cats like? Do you see what your cat looks like right after you buy it, or is there?
Well, it's random. Yeah, it's going to be randomly generated, and then then hopefully with because if they only allow you to buy 5 at a time per wallet, then you basically will have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you'll have 5 of them. So hopefully I think that's a tenth of so if they're allowing you to a maximum per wallet to buy a tenth of a percent, so 10% of a percent, basically.
But do you know, like some of these NFT drops, you buy the NFT and it's like a stock image, and they're all the same, and then the cat itself gets revealed at like a certain time, like on a Tuesday or whenever. Like, do you know if it's like a delayed reveal like that, or as soon as you buy them, do they show up like what you got?
They show up, I think. Okay. Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, if they don't state specifically that it's a delayed reveal, then it probably isn't. They probably show up immediately.
Well, we'll have to see. I'm just let's see. Timeline minting begins. A portion of the royalties will start going to Expo every Magical Cat transactions. You'll be able to meet your cats and my cats within 48 hours of the last Magical Cat being minted. Okay. New functionality will be added to Magic Cats to help you earn more. Oh, so that means like Magical Cats are probably worth something. We'll have to see.
To help you earn more.
Maybe if you hold Magical Cats, maybe you start earning. Maybe they might copy something like Spirit Swap has here with the boosted farms, possibly.
It sounds like some form of staking or something.
Yeah, so I mean, these NFTs might actually be worth it just because they can give you boosted yields, possibly. And then
I wonder if they implement some sort of breeding process, something like the Cyber Kongs, where you earn tokens by holding them, and then you can use those to like create like almost like Axes, how there's breeding, and you can create a new one. There's some NFTs that are starting to implement that.
Either I'm going to be a really big hero for telling you guys this shit, or I'm going to be a fucking zero.
It's one of
the two, bro. There's only two paths on this. Either we make a fuck ton of money off this, or we lost it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no in between.
Yeah. No, it's tough. My favorite NFT trading strategy is like the rule of 3. Like you buy 3 of them if you can afford it. You sell one if the price pumps enough to cover your cost of all 3. You sell a second one if the price does a 5 to 10x, and then you just hold a one forever. And that seems like the most basic, simple, safe-proof way of buying some of this stuff. But again, it's only if you can afford it, because there's no guarantee anything's going to go up. I've been getting burned on some stuff lately. There are these whales yesterday I got burned on. They're like half the price I paid for them. But yeah, I'm looking at these Wall Street bulls right now. I think I pulled a pretty good one over here. I don't know if anyone in here was in on those Wall Street bulls. They were getting marketed through Instagram from the Wall Street Bets account.
Really?
But yeah, most of the times with these delayed reveals, we saw it with that Metaverse stuff too. They were sitting at like 5 to 7 ETH floor before they got revealed, and then everyone's buying lottery tickets, and then the reveal happens, and if you pull a super generic one, they're down to like a 1.5 ETH floor or so. since
Mark
I
got a
missed
question.
the peaceful groupies. Well, peaceful groupies are back down to like half an Ethereum.
Gotcha.
I do got to get going here in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, no problem, man.
But some of the stuff I'm looking at, basically any NFT project that you've been staring at is at a discount right now.
Yeah.
Again, I always harp on the fact the relationship between Ethereum and NFTs it's inverse, right? When
Right.
Ethereum goes up and rips, everyone is selling NFTs to move back into Ethereum. This is typically how it's worked. It's going to be interesting to see how it works going forward because there's a lot of new NFT people who don't care about the crypto market. They just hold their NFTs. They're just NFT traders and collectors. So we'll see if it changes. But so far, over the last 2.5, 3 years since I've been trading NFTs, if Ethereum is ripping, people are selling out of NFTs because they want to get into ETH and certain altcoins and stuff like that.
Right.
And then on the flip side, when Ethereum is like stagnant and there's no mobility or anything like that, upwards or downwards movement, everyone's looking for action. So everyone floods into the NFT space because they're still trying to make gains and altcoins aren't giving it to them. So right now we're seeing NFTs kind of slide a little bit because everyone is moving into Ethereum. And even though, well, not just Ethereum, but whatever altcoins they're trading, because it looks like that's where the price movement's going to be.
Right.
But some of the stuff that I've been looking at, some stuff that hasn't come out, is the that GBots thing I mentioned earlier. The coin ticker is GMEE, and that sale is going to be on November 2nd, I think. And then there's another one kind of similar to these cats. I would say it's even more risky than these cats, but it's called Ballers, and it's going to be on Flow. And they're like these,
well, I mean, it's Flow.
they're like these pixelated ballers. Let me see if I can find. I think the website's
like
ballers.
literally like basketball players or something.
Yeah,
or like
it's pixelated
like
basketball players with jerseys, and you can mix and
Yeah.
match them and create teams and stuff. There's like the roadmap is laughable though. It's like 5 bullet points. It's ridiculous. But I know for a fact there are several.
We had 3 in Magical Cats.
3 bullet points.
Yeah.
No, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse than Magical. I promise you, it's worse.
Okay.
But I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of top shot whales in on this stuff. Flow and Dapper are on the cusp of having a non-custodial wallet. So now everyone can kind of play around with their Dapper credits that they've been earning and holding on to from NBA Top Shot. So the Flow NFTs, I'm bullish on some of them. The Ballers are they're going to be like $200 a pop, I think, or $300 a pop. Relatively inexpensive, no gas fees. So maybe pick up a couple of those if you have some funds to play around with. And then honestly, like Sandbox, I think I've been talking about Sandbox for
a long time,
since 2019. I think Sandbox is grossly undervalued. And now that Facebook is, coming out with the Metaverse stuff, I watch CNBC, I watch the Squawk on the Street and stuff on a daily basis. They have mentioned the word Metaverse every single day for the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. The term Metaverse is becoming a growing thing. So you look at the Sandbox market cap compared to Axie Infinity, and it's disgusting. I mean, it's not even a tenth of the size of Axie Infinity, even though it offers so much more in terms of an in-game ecosystem. We just haven't seen it released yet. So Sandbox and Decentraland. Also, I'm still bullish on that Treeverse project. I told you guys about it in the last Mind That course. I think NFTs for the Treeverse thing around the time were 0.65. They got as high as 3.2 about a month back. Now they're back down to 1.5 or so. But they're going to have some avatars that are released with the land NFTs that are available on OpenSea. So if you hold one of these founders plots from Treeverse on OpenSea, in the very near future, you're going to be able to mint one of their in-game avatars for 0.15 or 0.2 Ethereum, and I expect those to do pretty well.
So also, for the flow ballers, do you just have to go to flow.com basically for their marketplace to buy them?
I would imagine that there's going to be a sale through the Ballers website. I haven't looked that far into it. It's still a week away. But I imagine it's going to be on the Ballers website, and then you will. That's probably going to be through a debit and credit card, I would imagine, or FUSD, which Flow is now available for U.S. and Canadian residents. That was
Could you
started.
throw me the link for it? Because I can't find it. Is it not a? Does it not have a coin?
What's that?
Does it not have a coin?
Which one? Ballers?
Ballers? It's
No,
just
there's
an
no
NFT.
coin. I put the
Okay.
link. It's Ballers with a Z instead of an S because of course it's Ballers with a Z and then .xyz. So you can find some stuff there, but again, very little information. But I just know there's a ton of people that are interested in it. The roadmap is ridiculous. Like I almost feel bad directing you to the website.
It's pretty hilarious. I mean,
Dude, it's ridiculous.
oh my fucking god!
I told you it's worse. It's worse than the
It's worse.
dude. It's bad. It's like my
Oh
mom's
my
an
fucking
eighth
God,
grade
dude.
teacher. My mom's an eighth grade teacher, and this is like, okay, kids, today we're gonna write a paragraph, and like that's what the Ballers roadmap is. It's an eighth grade student's paragraph lesson for the day. Not even a paragraph. It's like
Roadmap.
it's like
what
bullet
the
points.
fuck is this?
That's ridiculous. I gave them shit for it in their Discord too. They were
Oh
like,
my
we
god!
released the
So
roadmap
dumb.
today. Check out our roadmap. It's like, why are you directing people to this? Like, this is ridiculous.
Access to future collections, utility across Web 2 and 3, experiences in the real world, gameplay, leveraging your baller traits, community for what? They didn't say anything at all.
No, nothing. No, it's nothing. It's a bunch of coach speak. It's like when a coach gets on a podium and the media is like, all right, like, how'd your team prepare this week? It's like, oh, we're ready. We've been grinding.
This is something I learned in crypto. This is retarded enough to work.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that are going after this drop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going after this drop. A lot of big wallets too, and for only $200, if you're coming into it with,
I don't doubt Anorak anymore. If Anorak tells me to like ape a little bit, I'll throw some cash. I mean, like it's like I remember like I wasn't on the show. If I was on the show with you and Charlie when you were talking about Top Shot, I didn't hear you talk about Top Shot. I would have been like, I mean, I've learned this thing. So when someone mentions to me something, like I'll throw a couple of ducats at it. Why not? Because if I find it interesting, if it catches my eye, then I'm like, it's because I know I would if I would have bought a couple cards, I would have bought a couple more. I mean, like I was the dum dum that spent 3 million fucking mana in NFTs,
Yeah.
fucking wearables.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
And then one last project, and this is not like a quick flip or anything. Like these ballers and some of that stuff, I think are more like instant quick flip degenerate plays. Like I think one of the coolest NFT projects out, and it's the most unique out of anything I've seen recently. It's called Alethea, Alethea-AI. Let me see if I could find something to post in the chat. And they're programming what are called INFTs, intelligent NFTs. And what they're doing is making these NFTs to pair with like your CryptoPunk, your Bored Ape, something like that. And these INFTs are going to bring your NFT to life. So it's like this programmable AI bot. I posted a tweet about it recently, but they're like 0.1 or so. They just did their pre-sale and sold out. The price went up to like 0.17, and now it's back down to like 0.09. So you have a chance to buy it right now, like below the pre-sale price or below the sale price where they sold out. But I think like over the next year or so, I think this is probably one of the coolest NFTs. It's very difficult to describe what they're doing, but your Bored Ape, for an example, has all these traits like the way its mouth is, if it has like a skateboard and stuff like that, and if it has a joint in its mouth, and what this AI program is doing, it's bringing all these traits to life. So if your Bored Ape has like a joint in its mouth, yeah, here it is. And then underneath, it's not that article, it's actually underneath that tweet. So it's no, just click on that one. Not the article, but the tweet itself. There you go. So this is an example of what it looks like here. Hell yeah, favorite. But yeah, so it's like talking and stuff. So they're trying to create a personality for your NFT using the ascribed traits to it already. And it's not, like I said, it's not a quick flip. It's not like a guaranteed return and all this demand for it. But it is something that I think is incredibly unique and something I could see going ballistic, because if we're talking about intelligent NFTs in the news and that becomes mainstream, this is literally the only project doing stuff with it. So it's something I'm pretty excited about.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember me and Wasabi got into a project and shit and didn't do anything, but it basically was creating these little items you could add on top of your crypto punks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like, one of the big things that they had is you could actually put on your crypto punk, you could put a fucking like a party hat on them from RuneScape and stuff. So a bunch of RuneScape items and stuff. Didn't get it and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I have heard of a Wave 3 TV spent quite a lot of ETH on that. Earlier this year, yeah. So
okay.
Didn't do any well. But the thing is that's what the thing about crypto. Sometimes you guys just gotta throw shots.
Some of my best NFT and crypto investments have been in projects I know the least about.
Yeah.
And then I do the most research I've ever done in some of these things. I'm breaking down numbers, stats. I'm looking up who the team members are, what they've done in the past, and it flops. Like it's crazy. I mean, it's just kind of throwing darts at stuff right now, especially in the NFT space. I mean, this is like what crypto was in 2017 with the ICO craze. It's basically what a lot of these NFT drops have become.
Yeah. That's pretty good. We should probably end it right here then. That's pretty good, man. Like, but I'm probably gonna get into the ballers because, like, fuck it, why not? You know,
dude, the $200. I mean,
$200,
it's literally a gas fee. Like it's
no, not even. Oh, you mean on Ethereum? Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not on Flow, but it's like if you were to buy one of these NFTs on Ethereum, I mean, you're going to incur like a $80 gas fee if you're minting stuff, or $150. Like the baller thing, I think the upside is worth the risk. You're out $200. I mean, you're going to make $200 back in your lifetime.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you guys, like, for the moon cats and stuff, we're there's enough of us here. If we all buy 5, I mean, there's 145. All right, so let me do the math on this, right? Okay. 145 times 5, that's 750. The 725. So if we all buy 5, right, we'll own damn near fucking, what is that? Like 18%. 18% of the total supply, and you will just keep it for a while, and we won't dump it and stuff, and then when the shit goes parabolic, we dump it, and we're just like, haha, we did a fucking 50x on that bitch. I don't know, Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. That's what all the best crypto guys do.
Yeah, just rinse and repeat, man. I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie though, I will take profits on. I'm gonna take profits. I'm gonna do my whole rule of 3 thing, but I'm gonna buy as much of these as I can. Let's see how many they allow me to, basically. But yeah. If they only allow me to buy 5, I'll buy 5, and then I'll buy on some other wallets and stuff. But yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully, I get some rare ones. That'd be really sick.
Yeah. Good luck to everyone out there minting them. I hope it's not a total shit show.
I know, me too, dude.
I'm anxious to see how Fantom holds up for this stuff.
I think Fantom does pretty well. They got some crazy upgrades to increase TPS and everything. To like, they've already got it, like, in the testing. They've already got the TPS higher than they have on Solana already. So I'm like, damn, they're about to fucking moonshot this thing. Pretty insane. But yeah, I think that's a great way to pull it, man. Basically, don't say we never did nothing for you guys. This might go down as one of the legendary streams. Like, dude, they fucking talked about ballers. Those things are like 20 ETH now. Dude, they talked about moon-cats. Moon-cats went to the moon. Holy fuck! Like,
or we're both gonna get subpoenas.
Oh, subpoena. Yeah.
for shoddy, not financial advice.
Of course, non-financial advice. We're talking about JPEG pictures for you guys. I mean, we're talking about art. Where's my? I need to get a. Every time I talk about NFTs, I got to put a fucking beret on or some shit.
Like a weird artist hat, like Danny DeVito in Always Sunny when he has on that white wig.
We'll know by tomorrow if we're retarded or not. Okay. So
it's either gonna boom or bust for a lot of this stuff.
So if the price is crashing down and it was totally a flop, I'll put on Twitter tomorrow, I'm retarded. If I'm right, I'm not retarded. All right, we'll see you guys later, you guys. Peace.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem, dude. Hey, man. Oh shit. Hey, where can you follow? Where can you follow? I mean, where's the best place for people to follow you, man?
Just everything's on Twitter. Just add an @ in front of my name that's displayed here. Even if you just type in Anorak NFT, I think I'm like the only person that'll pop up on Twitter. So follow me there. I tweet some stuff about NFT projects and stuff that I think are good coming up. I'll probably have some baller coverage. I'll have some of that G-Bots coverage here in the near future. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up next week.
Cool, man. Stick around for a second in the green room, Anorak. I got to talk to you about something. Peace.
Sounds good.